Valve has released a list of the most popular games on Steam Deck throughout the whole of 2022. So if you want to know what's been truly hot this year, let's get started. I'm also going to run over some of the best games released and reviewed this year as well, and as usual, all links will be in the description. So the first list that we're going to do is the official Valve list of the top 12 most played games on Steam Deck through 2022 based on the daily active player count. For this list, Valve are also only counting playable or verified titles, starting with the roguelike dungeon crawler Hades from September 2020. No surprise on the next one is the new Spider-Man Remastered. It arrived on Steam in August 2022, a quality port and a great open-world action game. Next up is another from August this year with Cult of the Lamb. It's really weird, but it's really good. An older one entering the list is The Witcher 3 from May 2015. It's another popular title that has remained popular, and it had a huge upgrade recently that caused quite a mess, but it still remains as popular as ever. Next in the list is the ridiculously tough fantasy action RPG Elden Ring from February this year, a game that just kicks my ass all the time. Next up is No Man's Sky. This was released in 2016, and yet again it remains another constant big hit. This is largely thanks to the developer sticking with it after a really bad initial release and giving it many huge upgrades. December 2020 gave us Cyberpunk 2077. That also had a huge upgrade this year, and it gave us a newer version of AMD's FSR that allows Cyberpunk to run a whole lot better on the Steam Deck. So it's not really a surprise it was one of the most played this year. Stray from July this year is another great one. I really like this one myself, letting you wander around as a kitty and solve an ancient mystery. Stray is probably one of the more unique games released this year. Persona 5 Royal from October this year is another one, and it's a big one for anime fans, and one, to be honest, I can't really explain. You just need to experience it to appreciate it. No surprise to see Vampire Survivors in the top list. It's an absolute smash indie hit. It released in full in October of this year. Everyone likely knows this by now. A game where you fight off many hordes of enemies as you keep powering your character up, and it's just ridiculous. Multiverses is another one from this year, released in July, a free-to-play brawler that's pretty fun and full of really random characters, so you could have Superman beating up Tom and Jerry or Shaggy. Finally, rounding out the last of the top 12 of the official most played Steam Deck titles of 2022 is Red Dead Redemption 2, released originally back in 2019. Now, what about the titles that were only released this year that are fully verified for Steam Deck? The top 10 best reviewed titles by users on Steam, going by the list provided by Steam Database, in number 1 is Vampire Survivors at a 97.57% rating. Number 2 is Stray, which has a 96.08% user rating. In third place, we have God of War, one of my personal favourites. It's got a 95.63% rating. Power Wash Simulator is actually a game I didn't think I would like, but honestly, it's actually really relaxing. It's got a 95.61% rating, so clearly a lot of other people like to wash things as well. Coming in at number 5 on the list is Neon White, a single-player speed-running first-person shooter with parkour that has a 95.25% user rating. Number 6, we have Persona 5 Royal, the big anime game that is also in Valve's own top 12 list. That has a 95.24% user rating. Number 7 is another one, Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered, 94.99% user rating, clearly a popular game from Marvel there. At number 8, we have Dorfromantik. Now this is a really relaxing, casual sort of city builder game where you're just matching tiles and building up more and more. It's really nice and it has a 94.94% user rating. We have my personal game of the year, Brotato. It's absolutely insane. It's a bit like Vampire Survivors and I'm really not surprised it has such a high user rating at 94.87%. Definitely check out Brotato, seriously. And finally, number 10 of the most popular reviewed games that were released this year for Steam Deck, fully verified, it is Cultic, a 3D retro first-person shooter, and that also has a 94.84% rating. Let me know in the comments what your top 2022 games have been for the Steam Deck. I'm always happy to hear what you've been playing. Recommend me some really cool stuff to go and look at. But that's it for now, and really, I'll see you next year. Bye-bye.